Hey guys, it's Carolina here from Carolina's Crafts and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to make a bunch of mini notebooks using a 6x6 paper pad. I have done this like with a full 12x12 collection kit before, not on camera, but just on my own to make a whole bunch of like 3x4 mini notebooks. This time I'm going to use a 6x6 pad because I actually had this in my D-stash pile. Like, I don't really like it just because it's got like all these like cut aparts like January, February, March. I'm not going to use that. But I was going through this again and I realized that there's some cut aparts that would be really cute on like front covers of like mini notebooks. So, oh, what a beautiful day. Oh, happy day. Maybe not that one. Make today the best day ever. Hello weekend. You got this today. Seize this day. So there are really cute cut aparts in here. And I was like, well, these are nice motivational ones. So I want to use this up and make a bunch of 3x4 mini notebooks. So I'm going to first take out all of these papers from here. So I'm just going to take these all out. And we're going to get started in this video and I will walk you guys through how I'm kind of preparing everything to make my 3x4 size mini notebooks. And to make sure I'm trying to use like the most of my paper, I am not going to be wrapping my chipboard with this paper. I'm going to be wrapping my chipboard with just like a solid cardstock color and then attaching a piece on top. So I'm looking at these. I'm looking at December, for example, and I think I want this one as a front cover, and then we're going to flip this page and this is going to be our back cover. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down to 4 inches. And yes, we are going to have scraps left over. And actually, you could see that 4 inches is not really great here because I would still have some of that left over. So it's a little bit shorter than 4 inches, but 4 inches is what we're going for by 3 inches. So this is going to be my front cover. This is now going to be my back cover. So that is a front and back for one of the notebooks. Now I also need paper that's going to go on the inside, but for right now I just want to focus on like the covers and see what I could kind of get out of that. So here's another one, One Perfect Day. I think I like that, maybe not, I don't know yet. Let's do this one. This one actually is good for both cut aparts, and this one's the August. And I like both of those cut apart. So those are going to be 2 front covers. And I got to figure out a back cover for those. So I'm going to find a sheet that maybe I don't love. I mean, this I really like for maybe a divider page. Here, let's do this one, I think. Trying to find the ones that don't really have too many cut aparts. Or maybe this one. I feel like that one could be like a nice inside cover. Maybe we'll have 2 different cutting covers. I don't know. I'm going to go still cutting these because I'm going to figure out how many covers I guess I can make. So there's this one. I really like this one for a front. Always make time for fun. And then that will be the back. I actually might like the back better here. Yeah, we'll go with it. So let's pretend for now we're just gonna match them up and see how many we could get. These are 2 more cut aparts. Like this one, I really like both of these. That's great when you have cut aparts to work with. Okay, so these are 2 more covers. Along with these 2, I just need some back covers. Okay, this one's going to be some kind of a back cover for some of those. So cut that at 4 inches. and 3 inches. So let's do this one for a back cover there. And we'll do it for this one as well. So far, those are front and back covers for 4 notebooks. And like all of these scraps are gonna end up being tags. So this paper is like non-directional on the back, which is great, so that these can be tags that I could use in my notebooks afterwards. Okay, we've got this one. These are a little bit shorter than 4 inches. The goal is 4 inches, but they're turning out to be a little bit shorter, and some a little bit shorter than the 3 inches. Like they're weirdly off. Okay, so this is the front cover. This will be a back cover. That's 5 notebooks. And then I really like this for a possible divider. And I'm trying to see. So if I have 5 notebooks, then I do 3 dividers each. That means I need 15 sheets. It's not gonna work. I'm already seeing that. So we're probably gonna do like some blank, not blank dividers, but maybe just like some dividers. Yeah, I guess kind of blank dividers in a sense. Yeah. Okay, hold on. I gotta count how many sheets I now have, because I would need 15 sheets if I do 3 dividers in each that are folded, plus another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus another 5 sheets. So I would need 20 sheets in order to now finish these notebooks. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I think we're gonna have 18. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, well, we need to maybe do 4 notebooks instead. So I'm gonna try to figure out which cut aparts I like the most. So I really like Always Make Time for Fun. I like that one. It's a good day to have an awesome day. I like it. Seize this day. I do like this one. Maybe we'll do something like that. Or I could do every day as a second chance. No, I like this one better. So maybe we'll do that one. And then these guys could be insides for some of these notebooks. So I'm thinking this might be the inside for this one. This could be the inside for this one. And then I have 2 different patterns. This could be the inside for the front. This could be the inside maybe for the back. I generally like to do them the same, but yeah, we're using I mean, if I use, I really like Seize the Day though. Oh, you know what? I could do this as the back, and then we could have these 2 insides. Okay. So we might only be able to get 1, 2, 3 notebooks out of this now. I don't know. We're gonna cut down some more paper and see what we can do, because now that gives us the inside covers. Now we only need, that would mean we only need 9 more sheets for the dividers. So let's see. I really like all the florals in here actually. That's really nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I might be able to get like maybe some double notebooks. That would actually make it easier for me to list them, because I could just, you know, do 2 notebooks. But I think only one of them might be able to get a double notebook. So I think we're gonna try this one for a double notebook. It's a good day to have an awesome day. Or no, I really like the seize the day. I really like that one. Or maybe always make time for fun. That's the back of that. This one. We're gonna do this one. We're gonna just go with this one. So we'll do 2 of these. Okay, so that's another front and back. We've got that pink paper. This is gonna be the inside. Okay, so that's gonna give me 4 notebooks. Now that would mean I need 12 sheets for the inside dividers. Okay, so let's see, what do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's say 11, 12. This could be another notebook. I wouldn't be able to get another full notebook out of this, but I think I'm gonna do another notebook anyway. And then I'm gonna pull maybe some paper from my stash to make it's like another additional divider or something, because I really like the seize the day. So we'll do 2 of those notebooks. This is way off in terms of sizing. Okay, so we'll do one of these, another one of those with that blue inside. Okay, and now we're gonna start cutting our divider pages. And what's good is that because I'm doing these dividers, which means I'm folding them, you're not going to see the insides of this. So in a way that works out really, really well, because I don't need all these extra like cut aparts now. So I'm just going to cut these all down to 4 inches. And we're gonna have like more scraps left over, because even though we're gonna use some for tags, we're not gonna need to use them all for tags. So then we could definitely make some other things with our scraps as well. So I'm just cutting these all down to 4 inches. And you could see like, that's how much it, like the offcut. Like these are not 3 by 4, but we're gonna make it work. So I said I needed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 15 inside dividers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we're gonna have 14. So we only need to pull like 1 sheet from my stash. And this is just going to be a good way for me to smash a 6 by 6 paper pad. especially one that I was going to destash, but then I decided to revisit, and I actually like the cut aparts on it because I feel like they'd be nice spring and like motivational ones. Okay, let me just double count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I just need one more sheet from my stash. So I'm going to see what I have that can match this and just get that cut down so that it's ready to go. So I found this yellow scrap from my stash. So I'm just going to use this. I'm hoping that this is 4 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that is not. That is not going to work. I was hoping it would. We can always do pockets on the bottoms, and it's only going to be cut off a little smidge. That's going to be a middle one, I think. We're going to go with it. We're just going to use it anyway. So we're going to cut this at 6 inches by 4 inches. And you can see we have that little strip there. We're going to cover that up with pockets and things like that with our scraps. So now I'm going to grab my scoreboard, and I'm going to score all of these at 3 inches. Okay, those are all scored, and then I'm gonna take my envelope punch board and I'm just gonna cut out little notches. So I'm gonna line it up with 1.5 inches, and those are gonna be little notches on my dividers. I'm just realizing that I actually may not be able to get 2 of the same, just because I would need to have the same exact dividers on the inside, and already I can't use this one. I'd have to be in the single standalone one, but I also noticed that the same green paper that I used in the one that I'm only making 1 in, I only have 1 of those sheets. So let's see, I'm gonna separate these by which ones I have doubles of, trying to make them the same as much as I can. I know that one's a single sheet. Okay, so this and this is not gonna work. Because the ones I use individually in the single paper, that means I'd have to use all 3 of these as dividers, but this is literally the inside here. So that would not work unless I just change some of the inside. So maybe I can make this the inside, or no, hold on. Let's make this the inside, and I'll just switch it out with one of these other notebooks. So the other notebooks will still have, like, I guess the same front covers and the same dividers, but the back page or the inside covers might be different. So we'll do that, and then I gotta change out this piece with one of them. Maybe we'll do that, or no, let's make this one a rainbow back, and we'll do this one with the seize the day. Okay, so this one's now going to be, this is the front and back, these are the inside pages. So I guess that, yeah, okay, we're gonna do that, and then that way I could get these 3 dividers in here. No, I think I like the rainbow better for this one. Okay, so that'll be the back. Okay, and then these will be the 3 dividers. So we'll kind of have them go like that. So that will be that notebook. Then these 2, okay, so these 2 are still the same. These 2 are gonna get, definitely gonna get the blues because there's blue in this thing, so they're gonna get some blues. I guess I'm thinking the cameras, because the cut apart says always make time for fun. And then maybe we'll go with a floral. Let's do the white floral. Okay, and that's got blues in there. So that's gonna be the dividers for those. And then these last 2 is gonna get a rainbow, a floral, and this pin thing. So rainbow, floral, and pin. Okay, so we got them all kind of separated. Now we're gonna glue them all shut. Then we also gotta figure out their pockets and things like that. And of course we got to figure out the tabs and the tags. I think I'm just going to fold these all first. Okay, so now I'm gonna glue them all. Just a little sliver on the bottom to close up those dividers. Now I kind of wish I had a second one of these paper pads, because they're actually cute. I can't believe I was gonna destash this. I guess it was just like not my cup of tea. I saw all the days and or the months of the year, and I was like, I'm not gonna use that. But and like some people, I've seen people like make calendars and stuff, or some kind of calendar. I could have done that, but I wanted to use these cut aparts now that I saw them and how cute they are. Now that I took like a second look at it, I guess. And that's been in my destash pile for maybe like a year now. And I totally forgot about it because it was in the other room. Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of get all of these closed up for all of my dividers for like literally all the notebooks. and then we'll start working on the tabs and the pockets. So I'll be back once I have them all scored and folded and glued together. Okay, so I folded up all the papers. The ones where I can, I'm going to keep them the same, but I'm actually thinking I want to still switch up these dividers because this one has to be in the middle because I'm going to do 2 bottom pockets here. The first one I like to do a side pocket. Second one I do 2 pockets front and back. So that one has to be like a middle divider. But I think I want to switch it out with another one because I don't like having 2 kind of boring patterns back to back. So I'm gonna switch it out, I think, with a divider from one of these other ones. So maybe we'll do that one. And then this one could go here. Yeah, that way we could still keep a floral in the other one. So we could have these 3 dividers. Now I'm going to move this one to there and this one to there. Okay. And you know what? When I just list these, even though they're like similar, I'll just put like a page or 2 might vary on the inside, but still same front and back cover. That will make it just easier kind of for me to do it that way. Okay, so now we need to figure out what kind of pockets we're doing. So I'm gonna start off with the ones, I guess, where I have the same 3 dividers. And actually, no, I'm gonna lay them all out. We're gonna lay them all out. Because I also kind of want to figure out tags at the same time. Okay, so these guys are the same. I gotta figure out some tags. I think I like these could go. Oh, these are sideways. If we don't need to use those, we're gonna try not to use them actually. I think that's like one of the only ones that's directional, or maybe this one is directional too. So we're gonna put those aside. Okay, so one of these can each get this tag. I guess this one could each get this tag. And we're still gonna have like a scrap left over on the bottom once we cut this off, so we could still use that as like a tab divider, which I'm thinking for there would be good. This flower one, we could put that in here. This one could go in the blue papers. And then let's do the yellow. And then the last one we'll do one on the green. Let's do a pink, and we could do a stripe. Okay, so I'm still gonna have some scrappies left over, but that oh no, we still need the last on the bottom here. I forgot a one. I'm gonna switch out, I think. No, I'm gonna keep the pink one. Let's do the navy blue. Okay, so we got 3 tags everywhere. We still got some scrappies left over, and that's okay. We still need some for like pockets and things like that. But let me get my tags now cut up. So my tags are going to measure 2 inches wide, because this should be about 2 inches or whatever I could get around that hole, by 3 3/4 inches tall is what I like to do. So I'm gonna cut them at 3 3/4, and then I have that little scrap, and it looks like it's going to be by like the 2 inches. It's just like a teeny bit shorter than 2 inches. Okay, so I'm gonna cut all of those down 3 3/4. Okay, and this is the other one. And all of these I still need to mat onto white 110-pound cardstock just to make them sturdier. When I do tags, like tags that go into like pockets like that, I want them to be sturdy to go in easier. When they're flimsy, they don't go in that easy. So I always make these sturdier, and I put them onto white cardstock. But also by doing that, it also allows you to write on the back, because otherwise you're not going to be able to write on the back. So that's why I always mat these onto some white cardstock as well. Okay, so that gives me tags. Now we still got to figure out our tabs after that. Okay, now we're gonna go this way. No, this way. Just trying to figure out the order of them, even though I'm probably still gonna move it around a million times, but okay. So those are the tags. And I'm gonna map them all onto like white cardstock at like once. So I'm just trying to like mass make here. Okay, so here's the other ones. Again, 3 3/4 inches tall by approximately 2 inches, but we're really just cutting off that circle. So these are good to make if you guys want to make like a bunch of these for your craft fair. And you don't have to do like all these tags and dividers and stuff, but I always do it because it's just like a great way to use up my scraps. If I really don't have scraps to do it, then I won't do it. But for the most part, I usually have enough paper to do it all, so I usually just do it all. Okay, so these are for these 3. So it's gonna go, we'll do the blue one first. Nope, we're gonna do the navy first, and the flower, and then I guess the blue. Okay, and one more. Okay, so then that one will do something like that. Okay, so that's for the last 3 dividers here. So now we got to figure out our tabs. Okay, so let me get my tab punch, and you guys can get this too. This is from Amazon. I will link it down below. It's just like the perfect size for all of my tabs here. So I need to remember which notebooks go where. I think these ones, no, these ones were for, okay. This one was for that first like yellowy one. So I do want, I mean, it's like, this is the cover and that's the back. So for these ones, I want to make sure I have something, I guess, yellowy. And I don't have anything yellow here, but I will from here. So I want to use that same on for like a tab. And can I get 2 out of here? Yes, I can. No, I can't. Yes, we can. Okay. So we got, we used up pretty much that scrap. So that's going to be on one of each of these. I'm thinking it's probably going to be like that first tab divider. I definitely want to use this green one on somewhere. Maybe on some other notebook. Yeah, maybe on this one that's gonna say seize the day. I'm gonna cut 2 out from here. I don't know. Am I not gonna be able to get a second one here? Okay. So there's those 2. That could be like the first divider there. And that's for the ones that say seize the day. Let's see. I think I like this one. Maybe that could be I'm not sure about that one. We might put that one here. I definitely like to use like some solids and things like that. Or not solids, but like just like less busy patterns. I definitely like to use those for my tabs. Okay, so that's gonna be that one. I just really like the yellow one. We gotta use another yellow because I really like it. Or maybe like this one is hard on the bottom here, if you guys could see, because the last divider, or you know, these have different order of dividers, And so that's kind of making it a little tricky. I like the yellow though. But you know what? This floral would have also worked. Yeah, I think we're gonna switch that one up to that. I think. Or, now we're gonna switch it up to this. I mean, the idea of the notebooks is the same, right? Okay, so we're gonna do that one, this one, white, and then I need something darker. So maybe we'll do that solid pink also. It's just gonna be a different order, I guess, of those. Okay, the one that's gonna be by itself, we definitely want a blue. And so this is the by itself one, and this is the cover. So this could really go with anything. So we're gonna have a blue. Let's do a flower. And then we need something darker. I'm thinking green if I have another green. And I do not. I feel very limited right now. Okay, we're gonna have to do the navy blue on that other one. And then I guess the pink. And then this one, I guess we're gonna do the yellow. Okay, so this one is done. It's gonna be blue, pink, and yellow. Okay, next up, you guys, we still gotta figure out our pockets. So let's figure those out. Okay, I'm gonna make some more space here again. I'm getting a little bit confused here because everything is still so close together. Okay, so we got these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we can get 10 pockets out of this. So let's see what I want in terms of pockets. I think we could get, oh, okay, hold on. So I was thinking like angled pockets, but my yellow one has to get full on like long pockets. My other ones are fine to get these ones, but the yellow one's definitely, the yellow one that had like the strip at the bottom, it needs its own kind of pocket. So I want to be able to use these. I mean, maybe I should just not start with these. You know what? I'm going to start with these ones instead. Okay, the ones that are non-directional, we need like a strip of paper. And so this has a yellow. First one here is green. We could probably do green down there. Okay, so let's cut this down to be 3, no, this has to be 4 inches. Cut that little strip off. and then cut this in half, which is about 1 inch. Okay, so that is my little strip that's gonna go here. I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. Then cut it at 1 inch. Okay, so that one is my 2 bottom ones down here. We're gonna need a single strip as well for the one on the side here, and I'm thinking, I don't know, I kind of want like I want like a full-on solid, I think, but don't really have that. Okay, so we're gonna go with the stripes. That's all I got. So we're gonna cut this down to 4 inches. All right, so that is another one, and we have that scrap. Okay, we need, this has green, blue. We could do florals there. Okay, we're gonna cut this guy down to 3 inches. We're gonna cut off the little circle, and then I'm gonna cut from corner to corner. And because this is not directional, I could have one this way, I could have one, oh, we could have both that way, because it's not directional paper. So that one is gonna go onto these blue dividers here, just like that. Okay, so that one's there. And then this paper, maybe let's do, oh, you know what? On the yellow one, we're gonna do, I don't know yet. I was gonna do this one, but now I'm not sure. Let's do this guy. So cut 3 inches. Cut the little circle off. And I want these ones to go on the bottom here. And this is not directional either, because, is that upside down? No, this one is directional. Nope, not directional, because the cameras are going in different directions. So I can have one this way, one that way. Even though that one kind of looks upside down now, but it's okay. It's not really. So that one's gonna go there. Okay, and then let's cut this to 3 inches. I feel like this guy needs to be I was gonna angle cut him, but now I don't know. Oh, we have this guy. Oh, that one's too short. This is hard, you guys. I feel like I'm running out of paper. I feel like we're gonna have to like ink some of these to make them stand out a little bit. So we're cutting that at 3 inches. Oh, I had another scrap like that. Why did I just cut that? But that's gonna go. Oh, it's not what I meant to do. I meant to cut it a different way. But I guess it's just gonna go like that. Okay. And then this one's gonna go on the other one. Okay, we need another pocket. So we're gonna do this one. And I actually feel like this one I have to do it twice because this is directional. Okay, so that's going to be the back angled pocket for those. All right. Okay, we need the angled pocket for the yellow paper. And I actually might do the same one on both sides. Because I might run out of paper. And then the last thing I did need, so they all have 2 angled pockets, they all have a belt, like a side pocket, and now they all need a belly band. So I need papers that are going to be 3 inches wide. So on 2 of these, okay, so 3 inches by, let's do 1 inch so we could get 2 out of each of these. Okay, so that's gonna be for these last pockets here. Oh, did I, wait. Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. I feel like some of these we're gonna have to mat onto some additional paper so that they can stand out a little bit. And that's okay, it's just an extra step. But that way we're not gonna, you know, waste any paper. And then, ooh, I only have left for, wait, these are 3 inches, right? So, yikes. Wait. Okay, we're gonna use, I think, this one. And then we're gonna use this. But we're gonna definitely have to double mat some of these. And this one still needs to be cut a little bit more. Okay. Okay, so that is gonna be the belly band there. And they all have a belly band, they all got pockets. I kind of feel like I wanna change out one of the pockets to this instead on that individual yellow one. And I'm thinking we'll do the camera on one side and the, this is small, but it's fine. So we'll do it like that. And then I have maybe we could do top tucks on the inside back covers of pages, because we still have some more scraps left over, but we'll decide that on the end. This is like my one longer piece left. Everything else is like little scraps. So, all right, so next up, I'm going to start gluing all of these. So I'm gonna just like share with you guys maybe, let's just, I guess, start here. I think I'm doing the covers. I think I'm gonna do a navy blue. This one is the one that's going to have the blue outline. So I think this is going to be, yeah, the navy blue covers. So that just means I can start using some scraps to do like a little outline. And that'll stand out a little bit more that way, which means I actually need to cut these down to now 3 7/8. Because the height on this is going to be 4 inches. But I'm going to show you guys how to like glue, I guess, one of these, and then I'll turn off the camera, I'll glue the rest. And then I'll be back to share with you guys how I do the tabs and stuff. Okay, so like this one, for example, is going to get glued down right there. And because I'm going to have the cinch wire on the side, I'm only going to glue it top and bottom. It'll be bound by the cinch wire on that long side. So I don't need to glue that side down. And I didn't really need to do the blue border on this one in particular. It's more so for the ones that are like white on white, but because I'm already doing it, I'm just gonna do it on all of them. So there's that one. Gonna flip that. Here we have the next two. So I need to cut these down a little bit. So they're 2 7/8. Just like a little sliver. And then these are going to be 3 inches. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut these at a diagonal, leaving some of that blue border. Okay, so that's going to get glued down here. So we'll do flower first on the first side. So I'm just gluing on the flat sides, not the angled side, because it's like a little triangle. And I'm going to glue this down here. Gonna flip that, and I'm gonna glue this one down. Okay, so that's my second one. And then here's the third one. And again, because I'm doing an outline now, these need to get cut down just like a 1/8 inch shorter. So this is going to be 2 7/8. Hold on, this is like an inch. Let me do 1 1/8 just in case. It's a little too big. So let's do 1 1/16. Okay, by 3 inches. And that'll give me another piece for another one. If that cut nicely, that'd be nice. Okay, so this is the belly band. We're gonna have it go that way. And on the third divider, I don't do anything on the front. I like to put it on the back. And that belly band just kind of helps it, or not the belly band, but the border kind of helps it stay, you know, pop a little bit more, because otherwise it would have blended in with the white a little too much, and it's still blending a little bit, but at least you could see it. And then once a tag is in there, it'll look even better once there's something in that pocket. Okay, so that is the 3 like divider things. Okay, so next up, you're gonna take your scoreboard. So when you punch out with the punch, it doesn't score, so it obviously doesn't score the center of your tab. Now I'm just hopping in here with a voiceover because this part completely cut out and I don't know what happened. But you're just gonna take your tab, you're gonna line it up on your what is it called? Your scoreboard, and just on any line, you're gonna line it up with the middle and just score. And that's just gonna make it easier for me to fold. So now I'm hopping in here with another video clip that is completely different background and everything, because I was editing and I realized that more of my video cut out, and that's like the issue when I film really long videos. My phone storage is not that big, and so yeah, I don't know what happens, but I end up losing footage when my videos are super duper long. But I want to share with you guys what I did. So I'm just gonna take a scrap, so pretend that this was like a tab that I had cut out, okay, that I punched out rather. So I'm gonna line it up on any line here. So let me zoom in a little bit. Any line, does not matter, just so that it's in the center, and just so you guys could see, I'll line it up with the 5. But just so that angle part is in the center, and then I'm just gonna score. And this just makes it easier for me to go ahead and then fold this so that I don't have any cracking. And then when I go to put these onto my papers, let's cut out like another scrap piece of paper for a second here. So what I do when I go to then put on my tabs, this is my, let's pretend this is my pattern paper right here. I like to make myself a little guide. So this, essentially what you want is a piece of paper that measures 3 inches by 4 inches. Mine is a little bit shorter because I was using a scrap, but ideally, if you're going to be making 3x4 notebooks, you want your paper to be this 3x4 inch size. So what I would do is, oh my gosh, no, things are not working. I would put this down onto my guide, and like I said, just take any scrap, punch out 3 dividers, make it however you want, and you're going to use this every time you make notebooks. So line up your 3x4 paper. Mine in the video has like all the pockets and stuff that obviously I'm now lining up. So line it up. You're going to take your little tab, you're going to put glue all over it, and then you are just going to put it like right behind this paper, and you're going to line it up right there and then stick that down. Okay, once that one is done, you're then going to move on to the next one. Do the same thing, line up your paper, and now you're going to glue this next one down onto your next divider, and then the third one, and so on. And so I just use that as like a little guide. Just wanted to hop on here, show you guys, because that completely cut out of my video. It's already 2 hours long and somehow I lost footage. I don't know, don't understand, but just wanted to share with you guys, because the next clip you guys are going to see, my tabs are already on my patterned paper dividers. Okay, so I did all of my dividers. Next, I'm just going to do all of my tags just to kind of get that out of the way. So I'm going to start matting these onto some white cardstock. I'm obviously going to start off using some paper scraps. Try to get those used up before I grab any full-size sheets. So what I'm just going to do here is just take your glue, obviously, and you're just going to stick them down onto the white. Okay, then after this, you can either cut these out with your paper trimmer, your guillotine, or just scissors. This is like a fairly straight line, so I'm just going to use my scissors. And obviously I'm not going to leave them like that right now. They're just rectangles. I will not be leaving them like that, but I do want to let it dry a little bit before I do the next step. Okay, and we have another scrap still I think we could use for another one. So for the next step, to turn these into like actual tags, and I'm going to do the rest off camera again, but I just use this tag punch right here. I will link it down below where you guys can get one, and normally I try to do my tags 2.5 inches if I'm doing 12 by 12 paper, but because this is 6 by 6 and this is what I'm working with, these are by 2 inches, so you just kind of line it up with the 2-inch mark here. Oh, I have something stuck back here. I felt it when I went to go put the paper in. And this might get stuck because you do really want your paper to be dry. So anyway, line it up with the 2 inches. Looks good back there, and then you just punch that out. So see, mine did get stuck. It works, or actually no, it didn't. It just got stuck in there. It does work better if your glue is dry though. But that's what that looks like. And then what I also like to do is just take my crocodile corner chomper rounder thing, and then on the 1/4 inch side, I just like to round those bottom corners. And then obviously we're going to add in seam binding to this. So for example, this is for, yeah, this is this one, which is, I'm trying to figure out which cover. This is the Seize the Day cover. I think, yeah, this is the blue one. I'm getting lost. Okay, anyway, it's a Seize the Day cover. So I definitely, I think I maybe want some green, some yellow seam binding. Let me see what green I have. I have a bunch of green, but there's one in particular I'm looking at right now. Let me just take out the whole thing. So I like to keep my seam binding. Oh my goodness, now my light is turning off. Okay, sorry for the shaking. I like to keep my seam binding in these little bins. It's a little over full right now. And I think I'm gonna go with this color. I think that one I like, or this one. So this is either wintergreen or sage. And I think we're gonna go with the sage. So what I just like to do, and by the way, you guys can get seam binding as well. It's from My Scrap Cabin Shop, and you guys can use the code Carolina10 for 10% off your order. I'm gonna have a link to her shop down below where you guys can check her out and you guys can shop some seam binding as well. So I'm just gonna put it through here. I try not to do eyelets for this. I mean, I already made it sturdier. If you are not double backing this with white cardstock, I would probably do eyelets then, because then it's not that sturdy and you don't want it to rip. But I double matted like mine, so mine is definitely like more sturdy, and so I'm just doing that without an eyelet. But also keep in mind, if you do an eyelet, it is going to bulk up your project even more. Okay, so we have that. I do want a light pink as well, like some kind of pink. That one looks good. And then I think I want either like a gold, not a gold, like a yellow or like a neutrally kind of color. This one was, what is this one? Rose petal. That's that color. And so I just grab whatever amount looks good. And I forgot to even punch out these other tags. I'm already moving on to the next step. But yeah, I think the last one, either like a yellow or, no, I think I'm gonna do like some kind of neutral color. So we'll pick that out in a second. Okay, so the pink is gonna go with this one. So I just fold it in half, loop it through, and then loop the ends through that loop. And then I just kind of chop some off and make it even. I still want it to be peeking out, obviously. And then for the neutral color, I think I'm gonna go with this. This one is natural. So I'm just gonna cut some off, and you could do white as well if you want to. That's another good option. You know, actually white would probably look good here. But this is fine. Okay, it's good to have lots of color options. All right, and then, so that's for the tags. I'm gonna do all of my tags off camera, but before I do that, I kind of just wanted to walk you guys through how I make the covers for these. Hold on, I'm getting a little lost here. So this is front and back and the inside. Okay, front, back, and inside. Okay, just got a little messy. So I'm doing the navy blue, I think, for all of these. Maybe not this one. This one I might change. No, actually the navy blue will look fine because this is still darker. So we're gonna do navy blue for all of them. So I'm doing navy blue for all of them. So I'm just grabbing some 65-pound weight cardstock. And for these, you're gonna cut them down. I'm using my guillotine now because we're about to cut chipboard in a sec, and I cut my chipboard with my guillotine paper cutter. It is We Are Memory Keepers. I will link this down below as well because people always ask me what I use to cut chipboard. So we are gonna cut this down. So the cover needs to be like 4 inches by 5. I generally like a little bit more, so I'm gonna try to do 4 1/4 by like 5 1/4. So I'm gonna cut these down to 5 1/4, and then in half, which is 4 1/4. Okay, and then this one as well. So now that's already one cover, and this is a second cover, and we need 5 of these because obviously I'm making 5 notebooks, and this is just gonna be what I wrap around my chipboard. So I'm just gonna like make a pile on the side. So I need 1.5 more sheets. Okay, I have 2 sheets right here. And again, I'm just gonna cut. So 5 1/4 by 4 1/4. And like I said, I just cut 2 sheets. And then I just need 1 more. So I'm gonna cut this one at 4 1/4 first, and the rest is a scrap, and then the 5 1/4. All right, then for chipboard, I generally use the same chipboard that I use for my albums, unless I have scrap chipboard from like a 12 by 12 paper pad that I finished. And I do actually have some scrap chipboard from a 12 by 12, so it's not as sturdy as the chipboard that I normally use for my albums, but I am going to link the one for my albums that I always use because I do use them for my notebooks. But this is still like a fairly thick chipboard, as you guys could see. It was just like the back of a 12 by 12 paper pad, some paper pad that I used, and so that works out really, really good. So for these, I'm going to cut them down to be 4 1/8 by 3 1/8. So I'm cutting 4 1/8 first, and then I'm just going to cut 3 1/8, and I could get 3 from like a 12 by 12 from one row, and then you still have a scrap for something else. So like I still have this scrap that I'll hold on to, and I have this scrap, but I have a whole other piece right here still, because like I said, I like to use my scraps. So actually I kind of feel like, hold on. All right, so this piece is actually longer. It's 12 by 12 1/2. I guess when you have like the little strip at the top of like paper pads that plays in. So what I'm actually gonna do, because it's longer, this one I'm gonna cut on the 3 1/8 inch side, and then I'll be able to get 3 of them at 4 1/8 once I cut them down. Because it's 12 1/2, so I'll be able to get these to 4 1/8 now, but the measurement is the same. They're all 3 1/8 by 4 1/8 for your covers. Wait, I thought I was gonna be able to get, I think I measured that wrong, because now this is smaller. I'm confused. But honestly, I'm not doing more math, so I guess I'll just go back to cutting this at, maybe I cut it the wrong way. Maybe I'll have to cut it this way. But how long is this now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and like 3/8. So if okay, now I could cut this down to 4 1/8, and I should be able to get 3. Hopefully I'm doing this math right now, because if I'm not, then the math ain't mathing. Aha, okay, we did it. So hold on, I need 10. 2, 4, 6, 8. You know, honestly, I'm just gonna cut them off. So what did I just do? Cut it down to 4 1/8. And recently, my guillotine started squeaking, and I don't know why. But it's squeaky now. And then this one I'm gonna cut at 3 1/8 because this is the last piece, and it's not big enough for 4 1/8. And then we're gonna go 4 1/8 this way. Anyway, as I was saying, my guillotine recently started squeaking. I don't know why, but it did. Okay, so I have all of like this chipboard here now, and what you're gonna do is take your cardstock, okay, and I'm gonna use my thicker point glue for this, just to get more surface area covered. And I forgot, I don't think I mentioned, I'm using Barely Art Glue. It is my favorite glue. It's what I use for all of my projects. And if you guys want to get some glue, I recently just restocked actually because I needed more of the refills. So I grabbed some more, and then while I was at it, I grabbed some of their acetate, and so far I am loving it. It was my first time trying their acetate, and so far so good. But anyway, so this is my favorite glue, and if you guys want to get any, use the code Carolina for 10% off your order from their website. Okay, so I'm just gluing it down and then like eyeballing the center, and I'm gonna probably do all of these in one shot when I do the rest of these, but I kind of just want to share with you guys how I do one, so then I could turn the camera off and just do the rest. And something is stuck in my glue there because there's supposed to be more glue coming out. Okay, then I flip it, just make sure that's stuck down. Okay, flip it back. Let me fix my glue. Then I'm gonna take my tool that I always use. This is from Craftelier, but you guys can get it on Amazon. So I'm gonna link it on Amazon for you guys. I'll link it maybe from Craftelier also. But they have either a pink version or a teal version, and it comes with like this corner miter tool, but it also comes with like separators for albums, like so you could see as a guide of where to lay down your chipboard and how much space to have in between. And I use that all the time when I'm making my album bases, so I just highly recommend this tool as well. It's my favorite, but yeah, I'm just holding it here and I cut off all of the corners. And you could eyeball this. If you are good at eyeballing, go for it. But I just know that when I eyeball, it's not very good because I never leave enough space, and then you could see the chipboard once I wrap it, and then I have to like perform surgery, paper surgery to make it all better. I don't know why I'm starting from that side. I always start from the sides, not the top. So we'll just wipe that off. We'll come back to that later. Anyway, so then just go ahead and fold that over your chipboard. And then you want to make sure to press those corners in. I could see I have more space that I left on this side, but it's okay. Oh, another thing I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to stitch around all of my front and back covers. You totally do not have to do that. I would like to stitch on mine, so I am going to. And I think it just adds like a nice little extra detail, considering I'm not embellishing the covers. They just have the writing on them, so I feel like I want that extra detail on there. But right now, if you were not, you would obviously do both of your covers, fold them in, and then, for example, this is my front cover, my back cover, this is my inside cover, so then you would layer this inside just like that and glue it down, and that covers up that chipboard on the inside. And then if you're not covering the outside, go ahead and if you're not, what am I saying? If you're not stitching on the outside, go ahead and glue that down as well. And just like make your cover. So I will be back. I'm going to finish the rest of my covers here, and I will put them all together, wrap them all, and yeah, I will be back with that. Okay, you guys, so I have finished making all of my covers. I didn't attach all of my seam binding to my tags yet, but all of my covers are done, and everything like that. So now we need to work on the other pages that are going to go inside. And so I have index cards here. You're going to do 5 index cards at a time, and you're going to need 4 sets of 5. So you're going to grab essentially 24 by 6 pieces of index cards, and we're going to cut them in half so that we're going to end up with 40 pages. Now, one thing I will say about index cards, you could totally get your 4 by 6 index cards from Dollar Tree if you would like. However, I have noticed when I have cut my Dollar Tree ones, they leave like a little frayed edge, and they don't cut as good in my cinch machine afterwards. Like, they don't cut as smoothly. This one right here, this is the Pen and Gear by Walmart. So it costs a little bit more, 21 cents more than Dollar Tree, but this one cuts smoother, both on my guillotine and on my cinch machine. So I'm just gonna line this up at 3 inches, and we're just gonna cut. I'm cutting 5 sheets at a time with my guillotine, and that's what I'm gonna do. So, but yeah, so either pay $1.25 from Dollar Tree or $1.46 from Walmart. The Pen and Gear brand is good. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut all of mine, and I'm just like leaving stacks here. And if you have any other additional cut parts that you want to use, you're going to make sure to pick those out as well. If you have additional paper you want to use, like I want to go through some of my single sheets of paper from my stash and see what else I could throw in here, because I like to add in additional pages, whether it's like a little flip out or something. I like to do that with mine. So once I assemble kind of all of my notebooks, I'm gonna pick through that, and then we'll see what else I want to add in here. And same thing with like vellum. If you have scraps of vellum, you could do that. So anyway, grab your first 10 sheets. That's gonna go in front of the first divider. Then after that first divider, another 10, then put your another divider, then another 10, your third divider, and then put another 10. So that's what that's gonna look like. And I'm just kind of getting everything ready here with my little notebooks, and then I'm gonna pick out all the other elements that I want to add in. Okay, so I have this bin of cut-aparts, and so I want to pick through this and see what I could add in. I would like at least one cut-apart in each kind of notebook, and it could be one with words, it could just be like a journal spot. So let me pick out, I'm just gonna take out all of these for a second here, the first whole front part. Okay, this one's too big because that's sideways. That's sideways. This one could go, feel beautiful today. So that's one. That's gonna be hard to kind of do two in each one, so one of a kind, live a beautiful life. So yeah, I just have a bunch. You guys sent me a lot at one point. I think maybe it might have been a couple of years ago, but you guys had a lot of cut aparts that you guys didn't want to use or no longer needed. And you guys just sent like a bunch my way, and I'm so thankful for that. So I am still going through that stash, you guys, that you guys sent me, and just picking out ones that are going to match in my books. I do like this one. This one's a little bit smaller. It's not too much smaller, a little bit smaller, but I really like that one. I like that, but I don't feel like that green matches. These are all cute. I'm still trying to find ones that I might have double of, but it doesn't look like I have any doubles. So I guess they're just gonna be different. I like this one too. Today was a good day. I love my life and the ones in it. My life. Okay, I think I'm going to take this one out. I feel like that one is the most colorful. And, or maybe I want 2 in each. Let me keep going. Let me see if I can find 10. I feel like that red matches. Happiness is this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, maybe let's use best day ever. Okay. So I kind of feel like I should keep looking through and seeing if I have any more colorful ones, because this is a colorful collection. So maybe this one, even this one, enjoying all the good stuff, one smile at a time. It's a lot to go through, you guys. And like, I had organized them. I mean, it doesn't look like it, but I did. Like the whole front part I think is randoms, and then I organized the rest. Like these ones are organized, like that's a spring category. Love, adventure, travel, Christmas. Like I did do some organizing in there. Just, I guess not the front part, because like I feel like these could go like with anything. And like some are rounded corners, some are not. Decide your vibe. That's a cute one. Girl, you've got this. Okay, and then actually we could use, so those, each of them could have one colorful one, and then maybe a black one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're gonna go with that. unless I have one more super colorful one. And I'm trying to go pick out the ones with the squared edges, because there's some Project Life cards in here also with the rounded edges, and those would work just fine too. It's just, I'm just trying to make these as similar as possible. All right, so I think we're gonna go with that. Put these back. All right, but that means we got a cut apart in each one. They're just gonna be different cut aparts from book to book. I also wanna make sure that I'm including some pink dyed paper in each. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut these down to, let's cut this by, hold on, so 3 inches. Let's cut it by 5.5. Okay, by 4 inches. And that's gonna give me actually 6 sheets, but that's fine because I could use another one in another book. Okay, and then I want some individual, or actually maybe we'll do, maybe we'll do 2 flip outs. I don't know. I have some other sheets I want to include as well, but let me get these folded. And I actually need to figure out what's going to go where. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of randomly put these on top of a notebook because that's what's gonna go inside. Get those ready. And then with these, I'm gonna score these each at 3 inches. Okay, so just go ahead and fold those, and each notebook is going to get one of these. Sorry, that was the garage door. Okay, and like I said, I have one left over for some other notebook later on. All right, and then on top of that, I picked out some other random pages from my stash and some vellum paper. So here's the vellum paper. This is actually vellum paper that I had printed on. So if you guys want to print on your own vellum paper, you could totally do that. I'll link the vellum down below, but I just scanned another pattern that I did buy just like this and had it printed onto the vellum because I really like this pattern. So we're just going to add one of these in each notebook. So I'm going to cut these down to be 4 by 3 inches. So that's 4. And then going across to 3. And these you could use for another notebook. Even though they're shorter, that's okay. Hold on to them. I'm just trying to make mine all the same right now. Okay, and then one more. Oh, I just need one more, not a double sheet. Okay, so 3 inches, go down to 4. Okay, so each notebook is gonna get a vellum piece as well. And we're gonna organize those papers in a second of how I want them inside the notebook. And then I found some scrap pieces of paper that I thought would go, that I can also use. So this isn't directional, so I'm actually just gonna cut this down at 5.5 and then cut it by 4 so I could get 3 for a notebook from these 2. Okay, then I also have, oh my gosh, I need the same sheet at least, or at least I have this. I feel like these go also. No, let me find another one. Okay, I found this sheet. This is white on the back, but that's okay. It's just more journal space that way. So I'm gonna cut this down, make sure this is 8 inches, and cut this at 5.5. And then 4 inches. Okay, so we got those. All right, sorry guys. Babe is now vacuuming his car because he just came back from Costco and Home Depot, and we got some, we got a pear tree and a nectarine tree, and I'm guessing they like fell over in the car. But anyway, so I'm taking all of these and I'm gonna score them at 3 inches. I'm still trying to get this video done, so we're gonna keep going with it. So I'm gonna score these all at 3 inches. And now my dog's going crazy. Now we got all the noise. It was so quiet before. Now we got all the noise, you guys. But we're gonna keep going. So what I like to do, so for example, this notebook is gonna get one of these, right? This sheet would go here. So I want to fold this the other way so that this one's gonna fold now this way. So when I put this into my notebook, it's gonna go like this. And I like to do 2 fold out pages because I like to add my paper clips on the top. So I definitely like to do 2 fold out pages. We've got the 2 cut aparts and we've got the vellum piece. So I'm gonna start assembling this. So I like to do the vellum piece up here, and then that means we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more pages. So let's do the vellum piece there, and then like somewhere like halfway through, I'm gonna do a fold out page. Okay, this one is just gonna get a cut apart. Now I could just do the cut apart here. I think that looks good right there. Or you could do it like before the divider and do it here. But I think I'm gonna go right there. And you could do them like throughout as well. You could do little pages throughout. So I'm gonna do that one there. Then this next one is just gonna get a flip out page in the middle. And then this one, I guess we could just put that there again. And do I want the girl you got this one first, or happiness is this? I think I like it like that. Okay, so that's just what I'm gonna do with all of my notebooks. I'm gonna go through and arrange like these extra little pages that I wanted to include, and just figure out like where I want to include them. So like I know like this one is gonna go in the same covered notebook, and then this is gonna go in another notebook with the same cover, just so I can make sure at least that is the same. Something's got to be the same. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep going through these. So this one has these. So again, I'm gonna do my vellum piece as the first page. And you don't have to do it as the first page. I just think it looks pretty like that. And I'm just trying to keep the formula the same. So halfway through, we're gonna include this piece. Did I put that in right over here? Yeah, okay. Then flip that. We're gonna do a cut apart. That's cute with the camera, one smile at a time. Flip that over. We're gonna do another flip out page, like somewhere halfway through. And this time it's gonna be the pink dyed paper. Okay, and then we'll do that best day ever. All right, so that is that one. Same idea for the next one. Same cover on this one. You just want to make sure when this opens, it opens up to the left like that. Okay. Oh my gosh, and now Babe is doing the pressure tire, like the air pressure kind of thing. My gosh, it's doing all the things right now. Can't catch a break. Okay. So there's that one. Okay, here's another. Okay, halfway through. That's cute. Then halfway through again. Like, I just eyeball. If it's like 4 pages, then great. If it's 5 pages, then whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay. And then the last one. Okay. All right, now it is time to get our cinch wire and cinch machine. Okay, so here's my cinch wire. I just get it in bulk off of Amazon. I will link it down below. Clearly I used a lot of black from this, but they do also sell like individual ones. So I do have another box like this that's all black because that's just what I tend to use the most. So I'm trying to pick out what kind of wire I want for these, and I think I'm gonna go with gold for these ones. And they also have rose gold in here. You could see I also don't use my silver. I need to do some projects and do some silver. I'm thinking maybe some winter projects with that one. I don't know, I just don't use silver often because I guess I also have my gold thread that I use. But I think these are gonna look good with the gold. So I'm gonna cut these wires. I just have like a wire cutter here, and you're gonna count 6 loops. So I'm gonna need 5 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then cut halfway in between the next loop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's another. And you are going to end up with scrap wire, 3, 4, 5, 6, with 3 little loops from this one. I think sometimes they only do like 20 loops, so you might end up with 2 loops at the end. I think this one is 21. I'm not entirely sure, but I use these scrap pieces also in like smaller projects, or sometimes I'll do 3 on top and then 3 on the bottom. So hold on to that. But that gave me enough for 3 of my notebooks. And then let's do 2 more. And I do keep a scrap bin of scrap wire. The most frustrating part sometimes is getting these apart. Because now I'm lost. Oh, these are completely attached. They need to go all the way around. You know what? Let me try to cut off 6 from this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here. And that'll be easier to separate that one, I think. Let me do this one too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make them shorter. Hold on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I just gotta play around with these and get them separated. Okay, that one's good, but then this one is attached through the loop, so this one has to go all the way around. There we go. Okay, so normally I would add this into my scrap bin, but because I cut off like 6 from each one of these, I'm just gonna leave those in here because those are still long enough, but this one I will add to my scrap bin. And I just wanted to share with you guys what my scrap bin looks like. So it's literally just a basket. I put random cardstock together. You can see I cut it up, stapled them together, put some pieces on the side because then it was too short. It's just, you know, it works. But this, everything here in front of this is 1 inch, so that's gonna go there. And then when I flip it, everything here is 3/4 inch. And that, you know, this just works for me. And so anytime I need some scrap pieces, I come in here first. Like I probably could have used, actually this, that has 6 right there. So I probably should have done that. I wasn't expecting to have a 6 one in here. Normally they're all 3, as you guys could see. Most of these are just 3. But I do use them. Otherwise, this bin would have been a lot more fuller if I didn't use them at all. Okay, so now I'm going to take both of my cinch machines. I like to punch out with the mini cinch and bind with the large cinch. So the large cinch, you can change the wire, so I can do 1 inch. I was using 3/4 last, but now I'm going to change that to the 1 inch right there. So I'm gonna just move that there, and then I'm going to open that up and just have this on the side so I could put my wire on there. So let me move some of my notebooks out of the way so that I can do this. Okay, so this one's just gonna be on the side because that's gonna hold my wire right there. Okay, here's the first notebook we're gonna do. And then here's my mini cinch. And this one I just find a little bit easier when it comes to punching out the pages. So we're gonna use this to punch out the pages. So when you're doing your cinch binding, and I have a whole tutorial on this if you guys wanna watch that and not watch this whole entire full process video, but I just felt like I wanted to do it. So when you do this, you're gonna flip the cover, the back cover to the front. Okay, and then flip this back this way, and then I start punching out my pages. So I'm gonna do, I don't know, however many I grab at a time. And these are 4 inches tall, so I'm just going to line it up with the 4, and you should have the 4 on top and bottom, and those kind of just line up perfectly. So I'm going to punch those out, and then those are going to get stuck down. I need to move that up a little. Okay, do the next one. Okay, again at 4, and punch. And when I grab my pages, I'm just flipping them over to the right side, like right side up, because we're starting from the back. And I'm not going to do all of these on camera because that would just be too many to do on camera, but I just at least wanted to show you guys one of them. Oh my gosh, what is Babe doing out there? Keeps making the ring go off the camera. Okay, when it comes to these pages, you're now going to line it up like, so this one's a little weird now because you have the 2 4 inches, and then if you go up one on the right, it goes to 4 1/4, and then this one goes to 4 3/4. But I just kind of do in between both of those, or where I see, so that's just kind of where I do it. So now like the punch is a little different, but that way it's still in the center of your pages. Okay, so now we have all of that done, and that mine just punches through chipboard just fine. All right, so we have that. I'm gonna take my large cinch, take that off the side where you hook it. You're gonna lay this part flat against the back underneath here, and then just push down. And there you go. Then you flip the back cover to the back, and you have your whole entire notebook. And I'm just gonna go through and add tags, the tags that I have for the notebook, tags in the pockets, and some paper clips for the fold out pages. So we're gonna do that in a second, but let me just finish all of the other notebooks first. Okay, so all of my notebooks are cinch bound now. I think, does this go with this one? Yeah. Oh, why didn't I do 2 of these at a time? Because I have 2 notebooks. Okay, hold on. I need to do the seam binding on the other one. And I apologize, you guys. The Ring camera is going to keep telling me there's somebody outside because Dave is planting our trees. And I can't turn it off from my phone. He could only turn it off from his phone. So yeah, it's just going to keep going off. And I know it sounds like Christmas because that's Christmas all year long in this house here with that chime. It's like how he always had it growing up, and so here it's Christmas all year long with the chime. Okay, so I have that. I have the green. And again, I'm gonna tell you guys again, even though I said it before, but you guys can get your seam binding as well. I'll have the link down below, and you guys could use the code Carolina10 for 10% off your order. But I'll have it linked down below because it's where I get all my seam binding from, and she just always has like the best colors. So that's where I get it, and I'm just trying to do these the same right now. It takes the thinking work out of it when you just do them the same. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these in and go through all of these. So we've got that page, then this is my first flip out, and did I not take my paper clips? No, hold on. So yesterday I spent some time making my tulle paper clips, so I got white, gold, and then this one is like a mix of colors, and I'm wondering if I want to do maybe the pink. No, I feel like this one, because there's no white here, we're gonna do the white. Okay, so I'm gonna grab 2 of those, one for each notebook. And so we're gonna do like that little paper clip right there. Then we're at the first divider. I think the dividers are different. No, they're the same. Okay, so I think like what's gonna go in each one. Let me figure that out first. Okay, that's gonna be the order. So we're gonna go with this one. That's gonna go in that top divider. And then I have my tags already die cut out. I like to just do it when I have 110-pound scraps. So we're just gonna be adding in a tag into each of these, and that just makes it go a little bit quicker when you have it all prepared. Okay, moving on to the next divider. We now have this one going in. And this one's a little bit different, but that's okay. Like the patterns on this one. We're gonna add our tag and then a tag to the back as well. Okay, and then we're coming up on our next fold out page, and I don't know, maybe I'll do the pink this time for the tulle paper clip. Or maybe green. What's the cover? All right, let's do pink. Okay. And then 2 more tags. So one's gonna go here and one is gonna go there. And there we go. That like chunks this up, fills it up some more, and they look super cute with all of like the seam binding peeking out, and just even like the tulle peeking out. I think this one's a little teeny long. Okay. Aren't they so cute? They're adorable, you guys. Okay, so that's what I'm just gonna keep doing. I'm gonna keep going through all of these, adding in my seam binding, figuring out where I want them to go, and adding in my paper clips. All right, you guys, so I finished all of my notebooks. I'm gonna do like a separate video, like a project share full flip through of all of these. I mean, you guys saw me putting it together, but just for those people that don't want to watch like a 2-hour long video, I think I'll just do like a another like flip through video. But I finished them all. They look absolutely adorable, you guys. I love them, and they are available in my Etsy shop in case you guys are interested. So definitely check that out. I love the pink tulle paper clip. That is so cute. First time I'm doing pink because I was just going through all my tulle colors. And they're so cute. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this process video. I'm so glad we got to smash this 6x6 pad that I had in my de-stash pile and decided to just use it. I do have, let me show you guys actually real quick what scraps I have left over after those 5 notebooks. So we have these paper strips. Most of them have the hole in it. They're probably just going to go in the garbage. We have these. I think I might punch out another tab from each of those. And then I have 4 of these. And I could have added these to the backs of like these, but I don't want to have to like mat again and stuff. So I think I'll just add it in somewhere else in like another notebook in the future, or like a junk journal. That could be a cute little like tuck. And then I have, this is my largest piece. I still have that. And then I have these small pieces. Now I was thinking maybe of doing like a little keychain book, but these are so small and they're not even like 2 by 2 inches. Because I have some chipboard already cut out to do little like keychain brag books that I got like the idea from Covered by Grace Creations because her mom created some. And these are 2.5 by 2.5. And then these are 2 1/4. Oh, so maybe I should just cut them down to be 2 1/4. Yeah, so maybe I should just do that. Some of them are a little bit shorter, but let's see. Would I have enough to do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I would actually have enough. I only need like 10 sheets because there would be like 5 sheets in each. And then maybe I could do like a little flip out on one page or whatever. Or you know what? Oh, wait, hold on. I'm trying to think of how to do this. I guess I can mat them with a dark blue, then do this layer on top. So I don't know, maybe we could still make it work. And then I was thinking, or if anything, I could just make little pockets, but I don't think I want to do that. I kind of like the idea of making these a little bit shorter. Maybe I'll just cut out and use scraps of chipboard and save these for another time. But yeah, so you guys will have to see that in an upcoming project share video at some point. I'll probably do like a little keychain brag book with these scraps because they could work for that. Oh, and then you know what? We could also even do some corner tucks with some of these for that. All right, well, anyway, we got the 5 done. This is literally like all I have left, and I'm calling that pretty much done. Whatever project I get done after that, like that is awesome, and I do want to do the little keychain that I'll probably still do. But these all turned out really, really cute. I'm happy we got to smash the paper pad, and I love how they turned out. So thank you guys for crafting along with me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next crafty video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.